where you want it?
Bay 12, please.
Hello there, Transformers fans, and welcome back to another Bay 12 video review. And today we are reviewing the new Transformers Legacy Evolution Prime Universe Skyquake. I hope we get G1 Universe Skyquake also. I think that would be maybe a Generation Selects or a Buzzworthy or one of the other, store exclusive sublines very easily without us having to take the slot of another leader class in the Legacy Evolution line or whatever next year's line is going to be. And I've also seen a lot of fans talking about maybe doing Machine Wars Starscream and even King Atlas or Die Atlas. I would prefer a true modern Die Atlas, like the Takara one that came out around, I want to say Titan's Return or Power of the Primes, one of the two. Or just, if Hasbro could port that figure over for American markets, that would be amazing too. But definitely would like a G1 universe, a true G1 universe Skyquake, because this mold is really awesome. Don't get me wrong, I really like the Prime Universe G1ized version of Skyquake here, but I would still like to see him with a G1 accurate head sculpt and G1 accurate colors with this mold because it's awesome. Not that I wouldn't accept a modern update to the actual Prime toy of Skyquake, because that mold, as cool as it was, as awesome as the design was, desperately needs an update that's not so brittle, because both the original Skyquake and Dreadwing figure from the Prime Universe toy line back in the day, for some reason Hasbro used a very brittle plastic for them both, and they broke very easily for a lot of fans, and there were some aspects of the designs that just weren't the greatest, especially when it comes to their weapons, which they did a really good job with the weapon on this figure right here. So really excited to get into that too. So anyway, here he is in the packaging. This is a leader class figure. You can see him there in the packaging. It looks pretty sweet. On the side, you have some profile artwork of Skyquake. On this side, you have Legacy Evolution art. On the back, shots of the figure and accessories, and that's pretty much it for the packaging. And here he is right out of the box, and like I said, this is a really awesome design and a very awesome take on what was honestly a very short-lived character in the Prime series. I mean, truly, Skyquake, the characterization of Skyquake at the very least, was only around for one episode of Transformers Prime, unfortunately. He was killed off by the end of the episode he appeared in, and he was instantly a very cool character. So I'm glad that when they introduced his twin brother, Dreadwing, who was equally awesome, and in some cases more awesome, he was at least around for a significant longer amount of time than his unfortunate twin here. Now, Skyquake's body, at the very least, did make multiple appearances throughout the series. However, like I said, the characterization of Skyquake was only around for only one episode of the overall series because, like I said, he was killed off by the end. And zombie Skyquake, well, doesn't have the personality or characterizations of the actual character, just the body. So, there you go. Pretty awesome design there. Very reminiscent of the original Generation 1 Universe Skyquake design with that awesome Prime Universe spin on it. Like, you've got the big, awesome pauldrons there. I love how they hybridized the classic chest look and the Prime Universe chest look. Doesn't quite look like a jet cockpit, but I still like that they went with the translucent orange plastic, much like Skyquake's jet cockpit in the series. I like his wings on his back. You can have them flared out all the way or kind of pointed to the back. They also do articulate, so you can have them like further pointed back, but I just kind of like to have them like this. Fully articulated, head is on a ball joint. The neck can go forward and back, but that's mostly due to transformation. The shoulder pads also articulate. You've got this double hinge section here and a ball joint at the top to adjust them. Fully articulated shoulders, ratcheting shoulder joints, upper bicep, One of my biggest complaints about this figure is there's not really any way to lock the shoulders into place while he's in his robot mode, unless I just missed something there in the transformation of this figure. I haven't been able to figure out a way to lock those into place, no tabs or anything for those to plug into. That's probably my biggest complaint about this figure, actually, is I don't like how loose his shoulders move, because his ratchet joint and his bicep joint are tight enough that when you try to articulate it, you're just going to move the whole arm section. And it's actually very annoying. Double jointed elbows, wrist swivel, and wrists can go in and out due to transformation. Waist, hips, upper thigh, double jointed knees, side to side ankle joints. Not very heavy on the movement though. You've only got a little bit of movement on the ankle joints. The feet can go up and down, mostly due to transformation. And that's pretty much it for articulation. He also comes with his heavy rotary cannon here, like he had in the series. I really like how this turned out. This is very nice and much better than the one that came with the original Prime Universe toy. Articulated handle here, which is on a ball joint. You can fold that into place for storage, or have that out for him to use. And then, of course, his Evo Fusion feature is his sword just comes out of his cannon, which, okay. His sword's pretty cool. You just flip that out, and then he can hold his sword, and he can hold his cannon at the same time. But it looks kind of wonky trying to one-hand hold what is clearly a two-handed weapon with a sword. So it, as cool as it is to have both, and they definitely do have swords in the show, it's a weird display where you pretty much need to choose one or the other, I would think, or else it's just going to kind of look weird, because I don't know about you, that looks weird to me. But the sword looks awesome. I love that it's in that translucent orange plastic, so it's a nice looking Energon sword. Now, the swords that he and his brother had, and I don't remember if Skyquake actually ever pulled out a sword, but Dreadwing certainly did, and there's no reason to believe that Skyquake didn't also have a sword if Dreadwing had one. In the show, they were made of metal, but I like that with this G1I's take on these characters, or rather this character, that they did the Energon sword instead of a metal sword. I actually like that more personally. And his weapon certainly looks cooler when you have it two-handed. And real quick for comparison, here is the G1I's version of Prime Universe Skyquake next to the Prime Universe action figure version of Skyquake, so you can see the two side by side. And I love the absolute beefy, large size of this leader class. That was the other thing that caught me by surprise with this figure when I opened it up for the first time, was the photos really don't do it justice until you see it in person, because the size of it is actually quite impressive. He's definitely one of the more larger leader class figures as a standalone leader class figures, and I mean a character that doesn't come with a trailer or some other extra base accessory like piece or whatever. This feels more like a true leader class scale figure than just a Voyager packaged as a leader class with a few extra accessories to sell the excuse of making him a leader class. So I really do like that about him. But just seeing the two side by side is very cool, and yeah, I still want an update to this guy at some point, because again, just this character definitely, and many other characters from Prime Universe, deserve proper figure releases, because I think I've brought this up in previous reviews, but a lot of the Prime Universe toys were a product of their time, and Hasbro was trying to find ways to cut costs and still make awesome figures. And while overall the figure looks cool, it could have been a little bit better, and so could many of the other figures in the line, let's be honest here. And the quality certainly could have been better, because unless you're just extra careful, a lot of people did break this figure, unfortunately. So yeah. Alright, transformation for this guy is pretty cool and pretty fun, actually. So What we're going to do is we're going to start by bringing up these shoulder pad sections over here. We're going to come over here to these arms. We're going to fold in those wrists. And then we're going to collapse these arms down on that double elbow joint. And then bring them out like so, and that's going to be it for the arms for right now. Next, we're going to come over here to this back section. We're going to split that up. We're going to rotate these back section panels up like so. And then we're going to come over here to the middle, and we're going to bring this up, bring up this nose cone assembly, tab that into place, and then bring that cockpit down into place too. I really like that the cockpit opens and closes on this figure as well. I think that's also very neat. Next, you're going to come over here to the head. You're going to push the head back on that sliding joint there, and then we're going to just kind of work this section down and cover the head with the front of the jet. Next, we're going to bring these forward just to kind of keep them out of the way for the moment. And then we're going to come over to the legs. For the legs, you're going to untab the tail fin section, bring it up. There's a little tab right here. There's a little tab hole right there. You're going to peg that in. And then we're going to bring that foot down. Do the same thing over here. Untab and bring that around. Bring that down and tab it into place. Bring that foot down. And then we're going to move on from the legs from now. Next, we're going to rotate that waist to the side. Get these hands up and out of the way. And then we're going to, on this side section here, rotate these wing sections up. So just kind of use that articulation to your advantage and bring those forward. And then we're going to meet in the middle and tab those sections together, and you're going to start to see more of the top of the jet, like so. Next, we're going to pull down on the waist, and then we're going to bring these arms in and down the middle. And while you do that, you're going to rotate these shoulders in, and you're going to tab the forearms together so they meet right in the middle like so. You're going to hear those ratchet joints in the shoulders. Don't worry, you're not snapping anything. And then we're going to bring these shoulder sections down, and those will tab into place into the side of the front of the jet. So there's the front of the jet all done. Now all we have left is the rest of the legs. So what you're going to do is you're going to rotate these thigh sections where the sides of the thighs are facing forward. And then we're going to rotate that waist around all the way. Bring this as far up as you can, and then rotate that leg in on itself on that double knee joint. And then under the wing here, there's a big rectangular slot. There's a little rectangular tab there, and you're just going to tab that leg into place. And that's going to be one side of the jet. Do the same thing over here. Rotate back, bring up, fold in on itself, tab it into place, and then all you have to do is adjust your wings at the angle of your preference, and there is Skyquake in his jet mode. And again, there's a lot of design elements from both the Generation 1 incarnation of Skyquake and the Prime Universe design of Skyquake that just came together for a really, really awesome design and a very, very cool figure. It also has landing gear in his jet mode, and I like how big the landing gear look in his jet mode. Just the size of the wheels are nice and large, and it makes for a very, very cool jet mode. Now, he does have pegs up here for the Legacy Evolution needle nose. I did not bring needle nose with me for this video, mostly just because, unfortunately, I forgot. But, yeah, you can place jet mode needle nose on top of Skyquake here, which is also very cool. Now, for comparison, here he is next to the Prime toy line Skyquake. So again, there's still a lot of similarities between the two designs. I love the way he looks in jet mode. His jet mode definitely looks a little bit better than his robot mode on the toy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't dislike this figure. I actually love this figure very much. I just wish the quality, the durability of the figure was just a bit better. I mean, that's my biggest complaint really, is the durability overall of this figure is just not there. It just does not stand the test of time very well. And a better weapon accessory, I don't think is too much to ask for either. But here he is. You can see the two side by side. They look really cool side by side. Even the back is very comparable. And I love how similar the position and the shape of the wings are overall. I mean, really all they did was took the overall silhouette of this jet mode and just angle it up a little bit more, just eliminate some of the curvature of this one and make it larger. And it just looks very good. Overall, a solid translation of the Prime Universe design into the Generation 1 stylization. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's review featuring the Transformers Legacy Evolution Prime Universe Skyquake. Again, an awesome translation of what was a truly awesome character, a very short-lived character, and a very, let's face it, iconic character from the Transformers Prime cartoon. When it comes to the Transformers series, my ranking is Transformers Prime is #1. It is at the very top of best Transformers animated series for me, in my opinion. Quickly followed by Transformers Animated. Transformers Animated was fantastic. Let's get Season 4, Hasbro. We all still want Season 4 very desperately bad. I know Dave passed away. May he rest in peace. He was a visionary, and he did something truly bold and incredible with the Transformers brand with his stylized art style. I really hope that we both honor the fans and the memory of that great man by continuing his amazing story. If not on television, eventually in a comic. But we got to get some kind of continuation to that, and we got to get a lot of the characters we're missing from that. I mean, don't get me wrong, the G1I's versions of the Transformers Animated that are coming in Legacy Evolution are cool, but we need to fill those holes in our collections, Hasbro. So come on, make the other characters we're missing, please, especially the rest of the Seekers. How did we only get, as repaint happy as Hasbro is, I don't know how I got into this rant, but as repaint happy as Hasbro is, how did we only get 3 of the 7 Seekers that appeared in Transformers Animated? That makes sense to me. I don't get it. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Hopefully Hasbro has plans to revisit some of these older universes that are very iconic and are fan beloved. Hopefully we get some new true updates to some of these characters that desperately need it. Not that I don't like what they're doing with this. I very much love what they're doing with this. Keep it up, Hasbro, but also I want both. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned for more Transformers reviews. Check out some of our other Bay 12 reviews as well. Like and subscribe. Follow us on social media for news and updates and posts about reviews. In case you're local or visiting in town, come by our shop. It's inside the Order 66 Multiverse store in the Shops at Willow Bend Mall in Plano, Texas. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. Transform and roll out.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.